Hey everybody, it's time for another real life superhero intro. This time this is another sports combat rock and roll costume intro. Only this one, my first one, which was at nighttime, that was more of a rant version. This is more of a positive review version. This will also be the debut intro for another real life superhero debut and my progress as a real life superhero. So with that being said, let me hit both of the interest themes. I'm using both Kurt Angle's and Jeff Hardy's Impact Wrestling themes. Let me hit the intro right now.
This has risen to the top, the top. My this has been at the top, the top. My this has been past the top. Still my this has been past the top. Straight to the top, but then keep heading up and start shining why they should know what is real and how it really feel. The only way to feel the best under feels in a way that your body's as strong as we face in this life. There's a lot of time to get ready to showcase these skills you will get and know life if I want to show how the style you rise in life show a way to make it right, make it to the top of my vision until you feel there's nothing more for you to or say.
Get up, I'll never let up. Ferocious, I'm fed up, dismissing the competition. You're hopeless, trash, they're efficient. Listen, you want a class on tradition? Or one condition? Forget the best of the century. Talk about the best of all time, you better mention me. Essentially, I'm the best of all to be. I hold my ground, you never take it from under me. Don't run to me, it's gonna be trouble. I hit you so many times, you see triple or double instead of one of me. I got more heart, more ready to tear you apart. I lay you down early on, or maybe in the later round. It's no different to me. If you tap out, cash out, or simply pass out for free. Cause you face down, really, you barely alive. Cause I'm an animal inside, hear me? Hopefully you see what I mean. Knock you out, haven't seen. You were beaten by a triple team. Box you out the whole scene and gleam. The line like my dream, I shine bright. Smash you, front to back. You gon' need hindsight. In fact, when I attack, you're lucky if I leave you intact. I'm prone to overkill. I work you over till I steal your motor skills. It's the same whenever I'm done. You're numb, throw the thumb. Most can't remember their name or where they're from. And some speechless, dumb, looking deaf and dumb. Your weak like 7 days. Get afraid, I'm amazed. Y'all still step up, cause I hit more men than Jenna Jameson in better days. You can't clear your heads, you with a Jenna Hayes.
Hey everybody, it's time for my real life superhero on camera webcam overview of season 1 of Highlander, the animated series. Episode 1, one of my favorites and most memorable, will play in the background. Yeah, Highlander, the animated series. I saw this for the first time in 2016 and 17, and about 5 to 6 years later, finally watched this show. 5 to 6 plus years later, finally saw this show in its entirety, and phenomenal series, man. Already my favorite and best in the Highlander Sorry about that. And the Highlander franchise. There will be post-episode review and reaction because it's hard to remember what happens in each episode. And this will also be a weapons. Since this is a weapons-based series, I will also have one of my swords as a prop, since this is a weapons-based series. So, with that being said, let me start episode 1 and make my grand entrance on the camera.
Seven centuries have passed since the earth plunged into darkness. 7 centuries since the Jupiter swore to regain for man his lost knowledge of freedom. All the immortals took the oath, all except one, who dominated the world. But soon an immortal will come to confront him. His name is Quentin MacLeod. He is the Highlander.
Yeah. Highlander, the animated series. Highlander, the animated series. What a phenomenal series. Despite being geared for children, this was a phenomenal series. Like I said, I saw it for the first time in 2016 or 17. I badly wanted to review it, but I only saw a couple of episodes, and that wasn't enough material for a review. So I decided. So then I later came up with a new style of doing a narration intro and a larger webcam review when I finished watching the series, and post-episode review and reactions, which I debuted with the Disney Channel, with the late 2010s and early 2020s Disney Channel shows. I'm going to do it for retro and new cartoons. So with that being said, Highlander, the animated series. Like I said, phenomenal series. This series is set centuries after the films in the near future, where Quentin MacLeod, the long last descendant of the legendary Connor MacLeod from the original first 3 Highlander films, is the main protagonist, and he's guided by his Sean Connery-like mentor in Ramirez on a quest to stop Cortan, who's broken a special oath, and I'm about to talk about that the Highlanders have sworn their lives to. He goes on the quest, but he's guided by Ramirez and his kid sister Clyde, and learns the ways of the swordsman and the Highlanders, so he can confront Cortan and defeat him. Each episode brings about a new challenge and a new moral and lesson. The overall main plot, which is told in the intro, is the Connor MacLeod and all of the immortals have decided to stop, to forgo the hunt and forfeit the game and put their swords away to help preserve humanity, and help preserve humanity and help the world. So they agreed not to fight each other and not to do the classic, if you're familiar with Highlander, beheading someone with a sword to obtain their power until there's only one gets the turn. There can only be one. They agree to stop. Connor and all the immortals agree to stop that and take an oath to help preserve human knowledge, help preserve and help humanity, and help the world. Whoever goes against that oath is killed, is beheaded and killed. One immortal goes against that, and that is Cortan, the main antagonist of the series. He seeks to kill Quentin MacLeod. He seeks to kill Quentin MacLeod and any other immortal until finally he is the one.
Let's try it again.
He is the one. That is the entire series. Season 1. After the first 2 episodes, it's kind of hard to keep track of what's going on. Season 1 has Quentin MacLeod, guided by Ramirez, going on multiple quests, going on a gigantic quest to find, to look to become the Highlander and become the best swordsman he can be, so he can confront Cortan into combat and kill him. In the season 1 finale, he meets Ramirez teacher. We also get a brief backstory on Ramirez and Cortan, and that is that both of them used to be trainees under a master called Yoshida. It was like a karate or martial arts master named Yoshida. Cortan, Ramirez, who taunts Cortan and beats him in a sparring match. Cortan then gets a weapon and tries to kill Ramirez. Yoshida disables Cortan and his weapon and banishes him from the dojo. Then Yoshida also banishes Ramirez from the dojo for egging Cortan on, determining that both of them were bad, and that shows you what caused both to go down their paths. One is what's his name? Connor. He goes to 2 villages and manages to resolve a giant conflict and hopes to obtain mentorship from Yoshida. Yoshida wants to bestow upon him power, but doesn't think Quentin MacLeod is ready because he's too young and inexperienced and can easily be swayed by the power Yoshida is bestowing upon him. I liked every episode, with episodes 13 1 through 6, in my opinion, being the best. I like all of the episodes. The show kind of drags towards the end, well up until the main, is the story. It's good, but it drags and there's a bunch of stuff you just really don't care about because I'm just watching for Quentin MacLeod's story and development. He's the coolest Highlander and 90s cartoon protagonist of all time. One of the coolest. Going to do a video on that. And also, this is another thing I watch, even though so far this has only happened in 2 episodes though. I'm here to see someone get beheaded. The fatality. This is everything the 90s Mortal Kombat cartoon, which came 2 years after this. This is everything the 90s Mortal Kombat cartoon should have been. But I'm glad it wasn't, because the 90s Mortal Kombat wasn't this. But this is what it should have been. While it was heavily censored, there was violence and there was death in both the first and second episode, which these in the season finale are the most memorable. 2 characters get beheaded. In the first episode, a Metalinus, a brown Afro-American Highlander, when they get trapped by Cortan somewhere, trapped and cornered by Cortan, Metalis Magnus, or Metalis, I think his name was not Metalis Magnus, I think that was his name, Magnus, he sacrifices himself by holding off Cortan and dueling him in a sword battle, and in the process, off screen, getting his neck cut. They show them that they show them being killed, but they don't show them being beheaded or that they're left over head on the floor. But you see the part where Cortan swings his sword, and you see the part where Cortan absorbing the power. Then in the second episode, this death right here was tragic. However, the second one wasn't so tragic. The second one had Ramirez and Connor. Ramirez wanted to take Connor to see an old friend of his. One of everyone who swore to the oath, they called him the Jetitors, which is French for jet, which is long for jet, which the word jet means to throw away. The Jetitors, everyone who swore to that oath I mentioned earlier, everyone who swore to that oath, everyone who swore to that oath is, what happens to everyone who swore to the oath? Oh yeah, everyone who swore to that oath earlier. a guy named Stevenson is one of the members, and is one of the members. They get trapped by a woman named Arila, who later regrets her decision and aids them escaping, but she traps them by feeding them some food, which causes them to fall asleep. She drugged or did something to the food, and
I'm supposed to make a Highlander
Ara, I think that's her name. Ara later helps them escape. This is one of the many times Cortan nearly succeeds in winning. Cortan is obsessed with killing Quentin MacLeod so he can come one step closer to becoming the one. However, he's forced to let Quentin MacLeod escape when Ramirez saves the day by accidentally, by intentionally rigging Cortan's entire fortress, palace, whatever that place is, to detonate and blow up, leaving leaving Cortan with nothing but with ash and debris. So, Cortan is forced to let them escape, and the Stevenson guy who pretended to be captured, it turns out he was working with Cortan. He forestalled the oath long ago in order to achieve mortality. Cortan, because he had to let Connor and them, Quentin and them escape, he kills. The final scene has him imprisoning Stevenson and killing him and absorbing his power. So yeah, that's Highlander, the animated series. Awesome story, animation, everything. In my opinion, the best and greatest version of Highlander. Even in game, even the original and in game, and the series, which in my opinion was best. This, in my opinion, is the supreme best Highlander adaptation.
Supreme knowledge.
They did a good job. They did a good job of making a version that was more suitable for kids. Suitable for kids, but not shying away from violence and not directly talking down on them. You still see people die and get killed in this cartoon. One of the main things I like about the 90s, we got back to killing people. Yeah, this was during its heyday, during its initial run, it was one of the 3 premiere shows on the USA Cartoon Express block, which I mentioned, and you can find on my channel. And later, it was reran, I think, on the Action Extreme block, and I definitely know it was reran later on the BKN Kids network. So yeah, Highlander, the animated series, episodes 1 through 13. Season 1 was phenomenal. I hope season 2 is just as better. I already saw 2 to 3 reviews, and one of them was a hater review. I badly want to respond to that review, and badly want to make a rant on haters. I haven't seen a lot and still barely understand the series to do a video like that, but I will definitely do a video like that. This is the first of the series of Highlander reviews, which started with my cartoon block reviews. So this was Highlander, the animated series, real life superhero review. You want to hear the rest of the music? To see the original portions, the original parts, the links will be in the description box below. You don't hear the rest of the music? Turn the video off right now.
For 3,000 years, you've managed to avoid. Children, come on, this way to Magonda. Slums of Magonda. This is where we'll find Mangus the janitor.
You're the man, you got him. You can spot him every Thursday night on TNA. It's like a spotlight that main events in his DNA. Who you say? It's Kurt Angle, Benito, Settle. Best in the world, only guy in this world with a gold medal. Right, your full ends to the center. Physical and mental, cause he's simply better. The DNA. Who you say? It's Kurt Angle, Benito, settle. Best in the world, only guy in the sport with a gold medal. Right, your full ends to the center. Physical and mental, cause he's simply better. No playing around with 4 second attacks. And lay it down for a 3-second nap on the mat. You staring at the ceiling on your back is appealing. Get yourself a match and you can't do that. Trapped in the cage, you a rat in the maze. Just amazed how I made my name. My fame is a runaway train on the track. I fight with my life.